Hey guys, it's just Adam, and today we'll be discussing what one player that clubs could sign in the January transfer window. In part one, we done up to Chelsea, so we discussed one player that each team could sign. So we're going to move on to another 7 clubs, and then it'll be six clubs after that. So basically, we're going to start off with Crystal Palace. Obviously, there's been a lot of rumours about Mark Gahey leaving the club, and they didn't have a replacement, so they didn't want to sell him. But one player I think they could get Glasner on the good books. Could get the owners on the good books with Glasner is Samson Bedu. He currently plays for Lens. He's 21 years old. He has started 15 games this season, has got 2 goals and 1 assist for a centre-back. That's amazing, and he obviously brings that cover in for Gahey when he eventually leaves. And if he does go on to what his potential is, I think he could be a good player and asset for Crystal Palace in the future. That said, I think this depends on Glasner, because if Glasner is leaving at the end of the season, it might differ the transfer market because they're going for different kind of players, but we'll see. But the next club I will be talking about is Everton. Everton, guys, obviously, I think we've seen this because they signed a couple of players mid-season, midfielders and wingers, and they've done really well. Dibbling has obviously got off to a rocky start. Grealish has done very good. Dewsbury Hall's doing very good in midfield, but I think they're missing something up front, and I think it's Ivan Toney. Honestly, obviously he's in the Saudi Pro League making shit tons of money. Sorry for swearing. But I think this would be a good experience signing. He could come back to the Premier League when he wants. He's obviously made all that money, so I think wages could be reduced heavily, and Everton's got no good owners, so they could be able to afford that. You know what you're getting guaranteed goals, and I think it would create competition at Everton as a whole, as Njai looks to be leaving in the summer. But this would be hard to get over the line due to Saudi. I think it's something to do with the tax regulations, but it could be a target to look at. Everton. The next club we will be moving on to is Fulham. One player that keeps floating about Fulham's kind of radar is Pepe from PSV. Obviously this would be a very good signing for Fulham, because I think they're in need for a striker who's well known, you know what you're getting. He's currently got 7 goals and 1 assist in 14 games in the Eredivisie, and would cost about 15 to 20 million pounds. Obviously, very good signing if you look at it from that kind of point of view. He's obviously probably going to go to the World Cup next year for America. Whether that happens or not, we don't know. But he probably will be going to the World Cup for America, so I think it would be a good signing so he can get that kind of Premier League experience, gives Fulham a large goal scoring threat, and I think it would be a good move for both parties. And yeah, honestly, I really do. PSV obviously don't want to be losing all their players, because I think I've mentioned like 2 of them in this video. But anywho, we'll be moving on to Leeds United, and I think one player that this could be realistic, but it might not be, is Finskirnik Asalani. Obviously, he has been a very influential player for Hoffenheim. He's been an influential player for Hoffenheim. He's started 15 games this season, scoring 6 goals and getting 2 assists. Obviously, very promising. He's German. He's Kosovoan. He's from Kosovo, and he's it would cost around 30 million. Obviously, it's a big statement for Leeds, but I think they need that if they want to continue to stay up. We saw Sunderland splashing the cash in the summer, but he's got very big rumour clubs after him, like Bayern Munich, so this might be a hard one to get the hands on. So, but whether that happens or not, we don't know. He's actually, looking at this right now, he's actually German and Kosovan, so he can play for both. Well, whatever happens, that's up to him, but I think this would be a good signing for Leeds United. This is the two most obvious ones before the end of the video. I think Liverpool have to sign Guéhi. It will be very hard to do in January, but I would even count this, if they sign him on a pre-contract, I'll count this as a win for me. But the Konate's not been that good this season. He's been really good for Crystal Palace. He's continued to put in performance, and even though with the speculation surrounding his name at the moment, and get to bolster Liverpool's defence for the future. Obviously, he's going to be a regular for England, so it's just creating that kind of thing for them. It's good for both parties. Again, Liverpool getting a good centre back, Guéhi getting a big club, and yeah, Manchester City though, Semenyo looks like it's a. I think that's the best player they could sign. He's obviously one of the best wingers in the Premier League currently. He scored the hat-trick at the weekend. He's obviously doing so well and putting his name out there, and I think Manchester City with Cherki at the moment, Semenyo would be a different kind of style of player, and I think you'll be getting a high quality player, so I think that is the best player they could get for the rumours that's happening. There's no point in me throwing a random name at you, but this is one I think it's a good fit for them, and he's even rumoured. So yeah, that's the end of part 2. So if you enjoyed this video, if you could subscribe to the channel. We've surpassed 150, so if we get to 160 before the end of the year now. But if you subscribe, it means the world to me, and putting post notifications, and I hope you keep smiling, and part 3 will be out soon. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.